Stats time. We are 13 weeks in, and that's a quarter of a year. So if it feels like the season's gone on for a while, it has. And your stats leaders, just to bother people a little bit, instead of putting Washington as WSH, I put it as WAS today because why not? Was Ovechkin was 29 goals. He's been sitting on 29 for a while, and we'll see if he can get things started. Their next game, they don't play tonight though. Tavares, 26 goals for Toronto. Skinner, 26 goals. They don't play today either. But Colorado, McKinnon, and Landeskog play tonight. Pasternak played yesterday, got a goal to get up to 24 to tie them. And Atkinson with Columbus, 24. Line Winnipeg, 24 as well. So, if Laine can get hot again, he can run away with this because he had the 12 goals. What was it, 12 goals in 4 games? Yeah. Or 12 goals in 5 games, whatever it was. But he's had 12 goals in every other game outside of that. So it's been an interesting season for Patrick Laine. Very, very interesting. It'll be very interesting to see how much money he gets with the hot and the cold streaks. He'll want to get paid for the hot streaks, and the team will want to pay him for the cold streaks. And Winnipeg's kind of like does that. Anyways, points leaders. Kucherov of Tampa, 65 points, followed by Rantanen, 62. McKinnon, 59. McDavid, 58. Gaudreau, 55. Marner, 53. Point, 52. Pasternak, 50. Patrick Kane in Chicago and Blake Wheeler also have 50, respectively. If we get into points per game, of course, Austin Matthews is top 5 in the NHL. I kind of have to mention that. Penalty minutes. We've got a new leader, Antoine Roussel with 90. Roussel had, I believe, a 10-minute misconduct in their last game. I believe that's what it was, and it just puts him up to number 1. Congratulations, Antoine. You might get 200 penalty minutes this year. Marchand, 78. Evander Kane, 75. Cassian, 74. And Sam Bennett was 70. I'm not sure what's going on with Bennett's penalty minute numbers, but it's surprising that he's top 5 in the NHL penalty. I don't think when they drafted him that was what was envisioned to be the reason to draft him. He's going to be one of the leading penalty minute guys in the league. But what Bennett's doing right now is something that's really amazing to watch, which is when a guy gets drafted and they reinvent their game so they can stay in the NHL and they can be useful to their team in more ways than one. So that's what Bennett's doing. Rookie scoring leaders, because if I don't include them, people always include them in comments. Pettersson, 39 points. Colin White, 25. Brady Tkachuk, 20. Rasmus Dahlin, 20. And Andrei Svechnikov with 19. Yeah, Pettersson's running away with it. Pettersson's on pace for about 80 points, and White's on pace for about 50. It's not a race. It's one guy, and everybody else going. I don't think he's coming back. Defensemen, leading scorers, Morgan Riley of Toronto with 44. Burns, of course, San Jose, 40. Shabbat, 38. The injury will hurt his chances of finishing number 1 in scoring for defensemen, of course. Carlson, 38, and Mark Giordano with 37 for the Calgary Flames. Ice time leaders, Doughty of the Kings with 26-41. He is your leading ice time getter. Seth Jones in Columbus, 26-16. Suter in Minnesota, 26-15. And then Letang, 25-59 is number 4 on the minutes per game, ice time per game list. Wins leaders, so goaltenders on the board right now. Marc-Andre Fleury with 23. Of course, he leads the NHL in shutouts with 6. Followed by Freddie Anderson with 20. Bobrovsky and Hellebuck both have 17. And Markstrom and Jones both have 16. So even though Martin Jones has not had a particularly solid season, save percentage-wise, and he's had some iffy games, he's still one of the wins leaders in the NHL. Save percentage. Robin Leonard leads the way with a 930. Halak, 928. DeSmith, 926. Bishop, 925. Gibson, 924. Freddie Anderson and Andrei Vasilevsky, both 923, respectively. And Vasi could very well end up being the guy who ends up winning the Vezina. It's interesting to note Rene is no longer in the tops for save percentage. He's not in the tops for the wins either. So Pekka Rinne's chances of winning the Vezina have dropped over the last couple of months. Power play numbers, Tampa Bay leads with 29.2%, Winnipeg 28.1%, Florida 27.9%, Boston 27.1%, and both Pittsburgh and Colorado have a power play percentage of 26.6%. Standings. because this is worthy of looking at for one reason. Tampa Bay, 40 games, 64 points. They have a plus 51 in goal differential. Part of what made the Montreal Canadiens so dominant in the mid-70s, mid to late 70s, is their goal differential was insane. And Tampa Bay is showing some of that as well. It is really hard to stop a team that is this darn good this regularly in a playoff series. Toronto, 39 games played, 54 points. Winnipeg, 39 games, 52 points. Calgary, 40 games, 52 points. Vegas, 43 games played, 52 points. Washington, again, the WAS, 38 games, 51 points. And Nashville, 41 games played, 50 points. So Nashville is still in the running for first in the West, despite the fact they had that rough month, approximately a month they had of sub-Nashville play. Goals per game. Tampa leads the way at 4.13 because, of course, they do. They don't lose, and they score a bunch of goals. Toronto, 3.69. Washington, 3.55. Calgary, 3.53. And San Jose and Winnipeg both have goals per game of 3.41. Goals against per game, these are the worst. So I'm going with the worst on this one. Ottawa leads with 3.98. They added Nilsson today. We'll see if Nilsson rediscovers this game and helps bring that number down. Chicago, 3.62. Philly, 3.59. Florida, 3.45. St. Louis, 3.30. Notice all of those teams looking for a goalie. Detroit, 3.29. And the New Jersey Devils, 3.29. Though that goals against has come down since Mackenzie Blackwood started playing for them, and the back-to-back shutouts have definitely helped. Penalty minutes, your leaders, Boston, 427. Vancouver, 417. So, yeah. Boston gets penalized the most, Vancouver second. And, of course, when we look over here at the individual penalty minutes, it's Roussel and Marchand leading the way. So, not really a surprise there. Ottawa, 393. Colorado, 389. Anaheim, 387. Philadelphia, 384. Calgary, 382. Winnipeg and Edmonton have 380 penalty minutes as a team. It is remarkable how close to exact these numbers are. Like, all of them are right close to each other. Toronto is the team that's least penalized in the league with 263 penalty minutes. And some fans will say that team is soft. Kyle Dubas will say he doesn't care whether a team is soft or a team is strong or whatever they are. If it's a winning team, he really doesn't care about adding toughness. They've admitted they'd like to add a power forward, but it's not really anything they're losing any sleep over. So there you go, your statistical leaders for this week in the NHL. And I filled the board up as much as I could after last week. The statistical leaders I did while I was in Vegas was a little bit less robust than this, but there you go. So let me know your thoughts in the comments section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you're browsing your way through, you just tap it upon this video. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.